everyone. You started your unit on telling time and looking at a clock. I have two kinds of clocks here. This is my digital clock, and it shows me the time in digits or lit up numbers like this. And I'm showing you the same time on my analog clock. This one here with a circular face and numbers 1 through 12 is called an analog clock. All right, now we can see that on an analog clock, there are 3 hands that are always moving. Some move faster than others. Now this second hand here, which is just ticking away, that's our fastest moving hand, and we can see it moving around. Then we have this long hand, which is called the minute hand. And we have this short hand here, which we call the hour hand. Now, today you're going to be looking at telling time to the nearest hour. So we've already spoken about there being 60 minutes in an hour. So this long minute hand moves around 60 minutes to the next hour, and time keeps moving forward and forward without stopping. Now, I have the time 3 o'clock here on my analog clock, and we write that time like this: 3 o'clock in digits, and so I've got 3 as my hour, and my minutes are at 0. It means the start of a new hour. Or you can write it like this with words, 3 o'clock, like this. So anytime you see that long hand pointing directly at the 12, that is the start of a new hour, and that is our o'clock times. So the hour is only o'clock when that long hand is on the 12. Now, when the long hand is on the 12, starting a new hour, you'll notice that your hour hand is pointing directly at the new hour. Okay, now I'm going to move this time slowly towards 4 o'clock. Now, I won't get to 4 o'clock until that long hand is back on the 12. So I'm going to be moving that hand around, and I really want you to watch that hour hand and where it is. Okay, because even though it moves very, very slowly, when I speed up the clock, you're going to actually see it starting to move towards the next hour. All right, so here we go. And we're moving around the clock. And as soon as I start to move off the 12, as soon as that minute hand starts to move off the 12, the hour hand is now moving closer and closer to the next hour. So even at this point, it is not pointing directly on the 3 anymore. It is moving slowly, slowly towards 4 o'clock, or towards that hour of 4. So here we go. Now, this is a special time. We have moved halfway around the clock with our minutes. So our minute is 30 now. And since we're halfway to 4 o'clock, you'll be able to see that shorthand halfway between the 3 and the 4. All right, so we're not at o'clock yet. Not at o'clock yet. Not at o'clock yet. We won't get to o'clock until that long hand is at the 12. So not yet. Not o'clock yet. It's not o'clock yet. All right, and here we are. It's o'clock. That long hand is on the 12, and our short hand is pointing directly on the 4. All right, I'm going to move to 5 o'clock, and I want you to watch again. Okay, so as I move off the 12 with my minute hand and head around the clock, that short hand is moving now towards the 5. Okay, we're not at o'clock yet. Not yet. We will not get to o'clock until that long hand is on the 12. We're almost there. It's almost o'clock. And there we are at 5 o'clock now. And that short hand is pointing directly at the 5. So today in your book, when you are giving clock times, you are going to be practicing telling time to the hour. So that means telling time as it starts on a new hour, looking at the hour hand and the minute hand. So if you were going to write the time 3 o'clock and you were going to draw those hands, make sure that that long hand is on the 12. That signals, that's your hint that it's an o'clock time. And then you have to make sure that your shorthand is pointing directly to the hour that you're trying to tell. So right now I'm trying to tell the time 3 o'clock. So I want that shorthand directly pointing at the 3. And please make sure, boys and girls, that I can tell clearly which is your shorthand and which is your longhand. Your longhand should come almost to touching that number, And your shorthand maybe would come about halfway to reaching that number. That way when I look at your books at the end of the year, I'll be able to tell your shorthand from your longhand. So keeping all those things in mind, really keeping an eye out for that longhand to be on the 12 for all your o'clock times, and the shorthand to be pointing directly at the number. So have fun telling time to the nearest hour today.